Okay, so copy trading signals are getting phased out by around the end of January 2023, depending on when you're watching this. So those of you that are currently on a copy trading signal, you can renew. I'll work with you. Like if you paid, you're not going to lose any time or anything like that. I'll work with people on getting that phase out. Or if you just want to run it as long as it is and then take off and go do whatever you're going to do, that's fine too. I'll give you the opportunity to ride that out as long as you want. It's not available for any new people, so no new people are going to be able to sign up to copy trading signals. Now, the reason I'm making this shift is because copy trading comes with a lot of risks. There's been a lot of issues with disconnections and fill times and missed orders, and the list just goes on and on and on. Basically, to make a long story short, this is going to allow you to just be your own bot master. Okay. Now, the elephant in the room is, well, what is it? What does it cost and how do I do it? Okay. Well, first off, the price right now is $99 a month. And with that, you get 5 activations. So you can technically run 5 bots. Now, there's a couple issues. There's the people that just run one bot and are grandfathered and paying their $50 a month for the copy trading. So they're looking at this going, well, the price is double. Okay, it is double in that instance, but you're getting a bunch of value for it. You're getting way less risk along the way, and you have the ability to run up to 5 bots. So if you ever find yourself in a position where you want to run more bots, you're not going to have to pay for more bots. You can run 5 bots, and that's huge. The other option, which I've said to some people, is team up with someone. If you and one of your buddies are each paying $50 for this grandfather price and you want to get into this, well, then create right here. This is MQL5. This is where you need to go and set up an account, which is free. Set up an account that you and your buddy will share. You pay the $100, you're back to paying $50 each, and you each have your own master bot with all these added, lower risk benefits to doing that. And you still have the option to have 3 others. So technically you could find 5 people and all have your own private custom bot and be paying $20 a month. Like, to work it however you want to work the system. That's, I don't have control over offering discounts on MQL, or I would totally do that for people, right? I'm a little handicapped in that front. So the only way really around that is, that's what I would say. Find 5 people. Like, I don't care. That's 5 people that were paying me down to now 1 person that's paying me for 5 people to have access. I don't care how you guys want to work it. I'm just staying true to my word because I said I would never shut this down on people and always give the opportunity. Whether you want to use the opportunity, doesn't matter. So this is my way of doing it, because copy trading over the last 2 years, there's just been too much risk. And the more I talk to brokers, different brokers and different LPs, it's like they actively come after copy traders and EA users in many cases, right? So you have to be careful. And things for a while got too big too fast, and there was a lot of money being traded, and there's a lot of people that had no idea, no understanding, even though they swore up and down they understood how this worked. The day of loss came, it was like that was reset. They forgot they ever said they understood anything. And I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to be the hero genius today and the total, oh, you're the ripoff scam artist tomorrow. Like, I don't want any of those labels, right? This is just a way for everyone to make some passive income. So in terms of pricing, there you have it. This is cheaper and this is safer. And that's what I want for people. Okay, so what do you need to do? Go to MQL5 right here and create your account. So I've created just a little dummy account I call James ETB. Okay, so what do you do from here? So click on the market tab and then type in GBot, 4G, 8G, because this bot is basically 8G algo. 8G is algo 1 and algo 2. 4G is algo 1, just differently set parameters inside of that. And I can, for those of you that do sign up, I'm not going to publicly offer out these set files and stuff that you would use for them, but anybody that does purchase, I'm going to know, and I will absolutely work with you one-on-one to get this set up so that you get to a point where you feel like my advice or help is totally useless. And that's what I would love. So this file here is basically 8G, 4G. Why is it not showing here? What did I do? Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so it's in there. These are a bunch of like bunch of other algos. So you got the 8G, 4G here. These are algos 1, 2, 3, 4. And this gbot all algos actually has the 4 algos plus 2 additional ones I've never released before. You can download all of these in demo for free and use them in the strategy tester. And I'll go over that in a sec. So click on here, you know, and it shows you some parameters and things like that. So what do you need to do from here? Well, you need to go into your MT account, and then up here in the corner, you have the MQL5 community. So type in your username, type in your password, pretty simple, and log in. Okay, so now I'm logged in. Now I go back here, and I've already done this. So if you click on free demo, yes, I have AutoTrader. If you click here, then you're just going to be paying and you're going to get the full version. So what I'll show you here is once you do that, you see here it says market gbot 8G 4G. This is the demo. So you can get that in for free. So if I throw the demo on here, it's going to say it's a demo version, can only be run in strategy tester. I'm not going to get into the strategy tester right now. You can go watch YouTube videos on that, but this is going to allow you to run this file and use all the parameters within it to see. So you could go back to a month that had high volatility and say, here's my settings. And during that month, how would it have performed? And you'll get these chart outputs that show tons of information, you know, and you'll learn relatively quickly on that. And you can run different time frames, run over the past year, the past month, the week, the day, whatever you want. You can play around with that. And there's absolutely no cost to that. In order to run it on a chart and start making some money, then, you know, you gotta pay for it. So this file here is my actual file. It's just named a little bit different than this one. So when I throw this on a chart, now you're going to have these parameters, which you'll see in the strategy tester. So I'll go over these quickly. So magic number, this differentiates the orders that this bot places. So if I throw this on here, so this is on the H1 chart, and then I've got one on the M30 chart. So here you can see in the top right, you've got your little bot, right? So if I right click and go to properties, magic number 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I go here and whoops, sorry. Go in here, go to the bot. Oh, it's got the same magic number. Problem with this is if this bot here on the 30-minute chart opens 2 buy orders, and then the H1 chart, the hour chart, opens a buy order, and then it closes, it's going to manage them all because they've all the orders that are open on this account are going to have the same magic number. And if there's multiple bots with the same magic number, then they start managing each other and it gets really ugly and weird things start happening. So here you wouldn't want to do that. So this is 2 bots. You've got a 30-minute chart and a 1-hour chart. And I've got that same bot file on 2 charts. Now you could do this on anything Forex offers, like gold, silver, crypto, whatever, you know, symbols that Forex offers, you can run this on and just set your parameters differently. So here I'd go in and say, okay, well, this is bot 2. Let's just put it on 2. I just do a bunch of 2 so it's easier to see. You can do 1, 2, or what, name it whatever you want. But now these bots have different magic numbers. They're going to work independent of each other. Okay. So then let's go back into here. And of course, I'm pulling up some sort of indicator that is set on here. So yeah, so max spread, this basically means these numbers are in points. So 40 points, that's 4 pips, because 10 points is 1 pip. So you can get granular with it and smaller than a pip in terms of spread and take profits and things like that. So 40 points. So if the spread, and you can see right here, spread's 29, shows you on this little chart. So the spread is 29. If all the other indicators line up, it would place an order. If now the spread's 26. So if this was set to 20, if all the other indicators lined up, it wouldn't place an order because it hasn't met the spread condition yet. So all these conditions have to be met in order to enter the trade, and you can set them to whatever you want. And this is why there'll be no limitations in terms of users, because with copy trading, the brokers and the LPs are going to just see us as all as one group. when you start setting different parameters and everybody's going to set something different, they're going to be using a different time frame, different spreads, different, periods to look back because you have access to these indicators, which I'll get into. Everybody's going to be taking different entries more or less. So you're not going to be grouped anymore, which is another factor to lower risk. So lots, this is basically says the bot is going to start with 0.01 lots. If you're like, hey, I'm playing with bigger money, I want to start with 0.07 lots, then you just go 0.07. And then your bot is going to start with a 0.07 lot. Risk by balance, and this is the lot multiplier. Okay. I guess I could have named that, but whatever. I might in the future if people have confusion with it. Risk by balance. If you go to true, then what it's going to do is it's going to do a calculation on this percentage. So you can play around with this based on your account. And this only got like 40 bucks in this account, but this is going to determine your lot size. And then this here can set, 0 is no maximum, but you could say, hey, I don't want to open a lot bigger than 0.5 or 1.0. And then it never will. Like you would cap out at 1.0, whatever you set that to, if it continually, multiplied more orders from there. So basically you can compound this. We did this in the early days. For those of you who've been around for a while, this is kind of like the risk by balance. And, I've left that in there so you can choose. Now we get into the indicators. So algo 1, algo 2. If you're going to run 8G, so this would be, say, algo 1 on magic number 1. And then over here, you could go algo 2 on number 2. So now you got now you've got 8G, essentially, right? That's, really in many ways how simple that is. What is going on here? Okay. So you choose your indicator. This is just a candle look back. So this is going to determine entries. You can play around with this if you want to look back less candles or more candles. You could say, I want to look back 100 candles or 1,200 candles or whatever you want to do, right? It's just kind of defaulted to 20 here, which is standard. Indicator time frame, current. So we're on the 30-minute chart. So it's going to look back 20 candles on the 30-minute time frame. Now, if I was to close this out and go over to 10-minute time frame, now it's going to look back that 20 candles on the 10-minute time frame. So what I highly recommend is that you don't leave it on current here, because if you happen to just be curious and looking around and switching these things, and you've set it and been like, hey, my bot's doing good on the 30-minute time frame, and then you go look at the 10 and leave it there, now your bot's working on the 10-minute time frame, and you could be going, why is it acting all weird and taking orders that you think it shouldn't be? Then you would want to just set this to 30-minute. So then you could look at any chart, and this indicator would always look at the 30-minute time frame. And then if you want to change it, you just go in and now it's looking at the 6-minute time frame. So that's how easy it is. Enabling trading hours, it's based on your broker server time. So figure that out. You're going to be able to start and stop, enable it, and then set your times, right? Like if it's going to be, and this would be like a 24-hour clock. So, if you wanted 1 p.m., you would do 13, right? 12, 13 would be 1 p.m., or, 9 o'clock or whatever you want to do. You got to set this to true for that to work. And then you can do your trading hours and minutes. Trade days, same kind of thing, right? If you want to trade everything but Friday, then just put Friday to false. False is no, off, and true is yes, on. And then you've got that going. So if you want to say, I only want to accept buy orders, just turn that off. Then it won't place sell orders, right? So if you want to do buy and sell, but if you don't want sell orders if buys are open, and you don't want buy orders if sells are open, put this to false. Allow buy sell at the same time? No. If there's a sell open, I don't want to be taking buys. If there's a buy open, don't want to be taking sells. You can do that. And then allow orders from different charts, play around with that. Yes, no, right? That, if you're running like 8G like this, you run into some complications if you're not allowing from other charts and you have multiple charts in the same account. But, play around with it, and the best way to do that is to play with it and see where it goes, right? And you can always buy this and run it on a demo. You could run it in Strategy Tester for free, but then you would have to purchase in order to, play with this, on a demo account. So you're not making mistakes with real money. Trade settings, buy order maximum, default set to 100. So if you said, hey, I only want to go 5 orders deep in a basket and not place anymore, set this to 5, right? On buys. But, oh, maybe I want to place 7 sell orders deep. Okay. You could change this in real time on the fly. If you're seeing the market and, you're getting into a buy basket and you're hoping it goes the sell way, and you say like, okay, well, I'm willing to go 10 orders deep on the buy, but if this drops the other way, I don't want to get stuck in a sell order basket. So I'm only going to just do like 3 orders on the sell, so I can scalp a few orders on the way as I go deeper into the buy. But I don't want to get caught in a sell basket on the way back out of my buy order basket, if that makes sense. So you can, it gives you that flexibility. I'm just gonna move this back to what the defaults were set at, but you can do that. And then again, 1 trade per candle. So we had it set to the 30-minute chart. So if it places an order on that 30-minute chart, or it won't place another one. And that could be or could not be a good safety measure, because sometimes you might place it and that candle runs really fast. You don't want to see like 3, 4, 5 orders open up, but maybe you want to get one at the top. So that's where you play around with some timeframes and stuff. So this can save you from going too deep by just saying, yes, if I've opened up an order on that candle, don't open another one, because if the market's just doing this on that candle, then, you don't want to be opening up a whole shit ton of orders. And then again, order time frame current, same thing applies, right? Maybe you want the order time frame, the indicators on the 30-minute, but you want the order time frame on the 10-minute. You can change that. If it's all set to current, it will be whatever chart you're looking at. So as you switch them, the whole bot is going to recalculate. So again, I would recommend, doing these two a little bit more fixed. Now, enable basket trading, maybe you don't want it, turn it right off. If it's on, then you can have the next basket orders follow the spread condition, right? You can have it follow indicator conditions if you want. You can have it follow the hour conditions and the weekday conditions. Like say you turned Friday off of trading, but you're in a basket and you want Friday to manage the baskets, then you would leave this to false. If you don't want Friday to do that, then, you could set it to false. And these are things that you're to truly understand, you're going to want to play with them. And I'd recommend investing in yourself and, running this for a bit on a demo to get a really good grasp, because, we know at the end of the day, these bots can work. Yes, they've taken some hammering, and I'm still in the game and I plan for margin calls and losses. That's my strategy. I know a lot of people don't, and it pains me to see people, that have compounded for so long and then get wiped out and devastated. It's tough. I've been there, and that's why I'm doing this, to try and make it safer. And again, this isn't a cash grab for me by any means. Like, I'm literally telling 5 people that are running bots to just team up together and buy one bot and share the 5 accounts. Now I'm losing 4 customers if we're going to look at it that way. I don't care about that. That's not what this is about for me. I make enough money. This is for fun, and I like trying to help people. So these indicator conditions, basket trading next, that basically means what you're used to. 8G opens up at 0.03, next one's 0.06, 0.09, 0.12, and so on. It's like ratioed by your starting lot amount that you set further up in these parameters. If you click on this, you can go lots by multiplier, right? So lots by multiplier is if your starting lot's 0.07 and you put 2 times lot multiplier, you're going to be doubling that lot every time it goes, right? So again, I recommend playing around with a lot multiplier if you're going to do that. You can get it to where maybe the first 2, 3, 4 orders open up, your 0.07, 0.07, 0.07, and then it starts to go 0.09, 0.11, and starts doing all these calculations. Next up lots is basically like next lots. If you're 0.03, 0.06, 0.09 into a buy basket, and then it opens a sell, that sell is going to be 0.12. It's going to take those buy calculations and give it to the sell. Currently, you're used to 0.03, 0.06, 0.09 on the buys, 0.03 on the sell. That's like the next lot. The next up would mean that your sell is going to take that next lot thing. So it's buy and sell combined, right? Not separated. You know, it's there. I've played with it and, you know, it's good. But I find the risky part with that is if you get into a deep buy basket and then you get a first order of a sell that's high and then you wind up into a sell basket, you know, you could wind up into a 5-basket sell that started with the 4th basket value, right? So again, those are things that I would recommend testing more. I've done it personally. I haven't really shared it publicly and whatnot. We've kind of stuck to something more simple, and there's a lot more flexibility here and a lot more things for people to play with. Then your next basket distance is 350 points, not pips, points, right? There's 10 points to 1 pip. And then you can multiply, you know, so if you set this to 2, your first order is going to be roughly a 350 point difference, because what I do have under the hood is it will calculate a lot of those under other indicator conditions. So it's not going to be absolutely hard fixed at the 350 points from that last order or your open order. It's going to go 350 with a distance multiplier of 2. Your next one after that would be 700 because you've times your distance by 2. Right. So again, play with that. You can go 1.1, or you could say, you know, I want to shrink it, or I want it to just slowly get bigger to where, you know, 350 on the second one turns into like 370 and then 390. So as you get deeper into a basket, the baskets start to get further and further apart on top of the conditions that are in there. So those are some security. It just depends on what your risk tolerance is and how you want to manage those baskets. If you're doing it, because you can just turn basket trading right off there, right? If you don't want to use it, don't use it. And again, current time frame, right? Set that, you know, so, and I'd recommend if you're going to do 30-minute, just try 30-minute right across the board. Take profits. So 100 points, 10 pips. That's where it's set there. Here, do you want to take profit first order? Say true. Okay, well, the first order is going to take profit at 150 points, and then baskets are going to take profit at 100. Right? If I went 150, 150, it's kind of the same thing, right? First orders are 150 and everything else is 150. So, you know, pretty self-explanatory. Monetary losses, these have been put in here. So you can enable. So true means that it's going to stop at the loss value you set, 3,000, based on your account currency. So when you're in $3,000 losses, it's going to stop loss. Now, do you want to stop the bot after that loss? No, I want to take my loss and let the bot recalculate itself. Well, I'd recommend if you're doing like lot multiplier where you have like the next up lot or the next lots where it's like 0.3, 0.6, 0. If you say your account was 10 grand and you set this to 3 and you're doing like 0.1 starting lots. Well, if you've just lost $3,000, you probably don't want to be doing 0.1 lots on $7,000 balance now, right? You'd want to set this to true and just stop the bot, take your loss, take a breath, you know, reprogram things, take a look at the market, do what you're doing and move on. If that's false, then these values aren't even in play. You can also go with percentage loss, right? So close and loss, percentage loss, true. Yes, it's on. I also want to stop the bot after a loss, and I want to take my loss at 15%. Once I go 15% down in my account, I want to just close out, stop the bot, rethink of what's going on, right? Nice and simple. Lots of people have asked for that. That's in there. No need for those other free EAs and, you know, playing a bunch of different angles. It's all right here in the one file. Super simple. Average trailing stop. You want to enable it? Yes. Do you want to do it only if it's in profit? The trailing stop kicks in? Yes. No. You just want to do the average trailing stop, and then you can set the stop value and then the step value, and that's it, right? You can trade on netting accounts. enable that in there. Somebody asked for that. It's like easy to do. So whatever. Um, there is another thing that I don't think I put in here, which I probably will at one update, which was somebody asked in regards to the trade days, which I'll add it in at some point. Right now, nobody's really even using this. I think some people are just testing it out. Which would be if, say you don't want to trade Friday and you just want to close, like you could close all trades out. You don't want to carry them on the weekend. Like if the trades don't go, I'll just take whatever loss it is. I could put something like that in there, just get it closed out. If there's enough demand, I guess, for it, I'm pretty sure that'll be an easy line to add in there. But this is pretty much how simple it is. And again, like, if I went in here and just added this chart to it, I could go in and throw the bot on here, and now it's trading AUD, CHF, the Swiss franc, Australian dollar. Trade whatever you want, whatever Forex offers, you can trade. Like you got your own bot right here. And it's way safer. And again, there's two concerns I've seen with people. One is how to set it up, and I've kind of showed it here. Get in the Discord, I'll help people out. Two, price. If you're running more than one bot, or you plan to run more than one bot, then this is a no-brainer. This is way cheaper and way safer for you to do. If you're running a grandfathered $50 copier and you never plan on running more than that, team up with somebody. Say, hey, let's team up and split the $100 cost. We'll pay 50 each, and we'll just use 2 of the 5 accounts we can use, or bring somebody else on and split it to thirds, or get 5 people and pay $20 a month each. You'll be saving money and making money. It's kind of a no-brainer, and it's just been hard for me to try and get that message across to people. So if anybody has questions, hit me up in the Discord. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I hope this answers a lot of questions for people. Cheers.